My parents and my upbringing, of course, have a tremendous impact on me as well. My father, when he was 9 years old, his mother died, he was orphaned, and so he had basically worked from the time he was 9 to the time he was 17. My mother was raised by my grandfather, and they struggled their whole life. You know, they loved their country, but they felt trapped. They felt like, no matter what we do, we're not going to get ahead. So in 1956, they came here. And let me just say, when they came here, it wasn't automatic success. In fact, within a couple of years, they were deeply discouraged. They thought about even going back. That's how discouraged they were, but they toughed it out. My mother remembers that long before she became a U.S. citizen, she was already an American. She remembers that fateful day in 1963 when President Kennedy was gunned down, and she was torn up about it, and she realized, I'm an American now. I'm not a foreigner anymore. I care about what's happening in this country. She remembers in 1969, that magical evening, watching on this grainy black and white television, a human being, an American, walking on the moon, and thinking to herself, that's my country that just did that. An extraordinary moment. In fact, by 1967, my parents had gotten ahead so far in this country in terms of stabilizing their life that they owned a home. By 1971, they were so optimistic about the future that they lost their minds, and after they were both over 40 years of age, they had me. And then my sister a year and a half later. My parents were never rich. They never owned more than one home or one house. They never traveled the world on a yacht. They were never even able to pay for our education or leave us any sort of inheritance. And yet I would say two things to you. Number one, I come from a privileged background because I have the privilege of being raised in a strong and stable home by two parents who were married, loved each other, and loved us. And that brings tremendous advantage. And the other thing I will tell you is that my parents fully lived the American dream. Because their life had purpose, and because they were able to see their children do all the things they never had a chance to do. And that's the reason why they worked in sector. That's what gives meaning to their life and their days. They're like anybody else. I am sure there were mornings when my dad didn't want to go to work. I am positive there were evenings that my mom didn't want to go to work. But they did. Not just to pay the bills, but because they desperately never wanted the day to come for us that had come for them. Where they felt that this is how far I can go and these doors will never open. They never wanted us to feel that. And they were going to do whatever it took to ensure that whatever dreams we had, whatever hopes we had for our future, that we would have the chance to do it. And so I talk about that because it reminds me that that's what makes us special.